Hey, church family, it's time for Pastor D's uh, Boredom Busters for the week. I just want to give you some resources that might help you to navigate the days here where we're helping to stop the spread of coronavirus by continuing to practice some social distancing. I've got some books here, some videos, and some other resources for you. Please remember the church has got lots of this stuff, and so we'd love for you to stop in and pick stuff up. If you call ahead, I can put it out for you and just have you be able to pick it up. So here's a few books here for you. The first one is this, The Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis. Pastor Bob mentioned this on Sunday. Just a great read. Really challenges us to think about the way that we're tempted to not trust God. And so if you've never read this, it's not a very big book. You can see it's kind of thin. And it's a really good, challenging read for us as we consider navigating our days. This one is mine, and it's been well read. But if you'd like to read one, I'm sure we can come up with a copy for you. Here's a book on Fanny Crosby. If you don't know who Fanny Crosby is, she is a hymn writer from the early turn of the century, and she was blind and had to live by faith in the midst of all of that. And she wrote thousands of hymns, and many of them we still sing today. And so I'd really encourage you, if you'd like an encouraging story of someone who lived by faith, Fanny Crosby's story would be a good one for you to pick up. Maybe a good resource for you over the next coming days would be to pick up one of these books like this, from Answers in Genesis. This is the Answers book. It's like different kinds of questions that people might ask, having to do with history of man, history of nature, and how that all comes together. And so this would be, I've got plenty of these, and so if you'd like to borrow one of these, we'd sure love to put those resources in your hand. A couple of videos for you to think about. This one's called The Ultimate Gift. We've had this one. This one's been around for a while, but kind of a fun story about a young man who was taught some lessons by his grandfather who had passed away through some creative means, and that's a really encouraging, good story there. And then I've got Woodlawn here. Woodlawn's in our church library. This is a story of a football team during the 1970s, really dealing still with the integration of schools and how that all looked, and really living by faith and living out what you believe as followers of Jesus Christ. Those are just some different kinds of resources that we have here. I'm going to post some things in the notes below, some resources that you can link to at our website for families with kids at home, some activities. Anything we've got lots of things like our survival bracelet kits here, and so if you'd like to borrow some of that stuff, we'd sure love to put that in your hands as well. But let me challenge you with this. It might be good for the month of April to consider reading through the book of Proverbs, one chapter a day, and really looking at what is wisdom and what is foolishness. And remember, the wise man built his house on the rock, and the foolish man built his house on the sand. And so we really want to be wise in these days, and so we need to go to God's Word to do that. So I challenge you to read Proverbs one chapter a day for the month of April, and see how God will use that to encourage you in your days. Have a great day. We hope to see you soon.